Next question. How much toilet paper should you keep on hand?
Now finally a question we can answer.
This is a good question. Now, are we talking how much do we keep on hand as in stocked in the house, or how much do you keep on hand, like literally on your hand when you wipe?
We can answer both.
All right.
Are you a buncher or a folder?
I'm a folder.
I'm a folder too. And that's an evolution for me. I used to be a buncher.
That's a wild. If you bunch your toilet paper, that's like the same.
You're probably not buying it for yourself.
That's the same energy as a person who like doesn't pay their taxes throughout the year. They pay them at the end. You know what I mean? Like they don't take the money off your taxes. You pay the government back.
Yeah, it's
same energy.
I don't know if that's true.
Same energy. That's a wild way to live. You're just gonna.
You want as much as possible. You want as much surface area as possible. Here's another thing too.
Right.
When I was growing up, and it's still the case, my parents buy awful toilet paper.
Oh yeah.
And so if you weren't bunching, it's like unfoldable toilet paper. It's one ply. It's rough.
I'm gonna say
your
this
finger
right
goes right
now.
through it.
Spend money on toilet paper.
Yes.
Just because you're wiping, you're doing like the grossest thing possible to your body, and it's containing the most. Doesn't mean it needs to be the worst. Okay, that's your butthole. That's your bum.
You got to treat it fairly.
Treat it nicely.
Yeah.
Okay. It might be gross and stinky and all this other stuff, but at the end of the day, it wants a nice caress. Okay, it wants a nice little cotton kiss.
Yeah.
And that's not the name of the episode. I don't fucking know what is, but
it wants a cotton kiss.
People quit using one ply.
Yeah, and my dad claims it cleans better. He thinks the roughness cleans better. I don't believe that because I've seen the light of Cottonelle. What's it called? It's like Cottonelle Intense Clean, where it has ridges, it has texture to help clean. I don't like the soft stuff. I can agree with him on that.
Yeah.
I don't like the Angel Soft, like a pillow. Like I don't want to rub a pillow between my cheeks. I do want a little grit. I don't want sandpaper, but I want grit.
Yeah, really soft stuff does. I'm like, is this?
It's just smearing it around.
Yeah,
it's just
working?
Smearing it around.
Feels like when you get a Kleenex and you wipe your nose and it's the lotion.
No. Yeah.
No.
I agree.
I kind of get what your dad's saying, but not one ply, and not that fucking public restroom toilet.
Ooh.
Who is saving the money they're saving with that TP?
I actually think it's more than you think, because I used to work in purchasing and I understand how costs add up with volume. And if it's like a truck stop and it's going through, we're talking 25 rolls a day, and there's like industrial sized rolls.
Bro, that's the shit they used to wrap mummies with, okay?
I think it's even worse than that. Mummies was cloth.
Yeah, but it's just so thin and ghostly.
I will say I probably use more than average because of the surface area that I need to attend to. And I'm not saying I have a huge butthole.
Square count.
It's just like the square footage or inch, whatever. the entire surface area of the area I must attend to is larger. And I'd rather wipe less. This is the best podcast of all time. I'd rather wipe less with more and get more each time than keep going back to the dog bowl.
What about being a bidet boy?
Now this is interesting.
Never used one, I should say.
So
strictly curious.
Talking back about my life.
Give me details.
There's a crackhead yelling outside. My parents have become bidet people. They actually use far less toilet paper. You don't need toilet paper, really. Like you dry it, but you're not cleaning anything. You just don't want soggy undies.
Yeah.
I did not believe in a bidet for a year after they got it. You know, I'd go over once in a while. Sometimes you got to do the deed. But let me tell you, that is an experience everyone should have.
The French round or something?
Yes. It is so superior. In fact, it's hard to feel clean without it if you get used to it.
I could understand that.
Because it's different than a wet wipe, which makes you feel soggy.
I don't like wet wipes.
Me either. Who needs them? They clog up the plumbing. Stop it. Unless you're in a camper, you don't need it. But there's something about a bidet that's so special. But I will also say, like, my parents, much like me, they don't skimp on stuff when they buy something. They get the version that's like good and will last. So they got a whole toilet that has a built-in bidet.
Sure. Oh shit.
Instead of just like you can buy like the little tushies, I think they're called. Like there's podcast bidets.
Yeah.
And they're like $70 and you can install them yourself. And that's fine for regular people. But this thing, first of all, you sit down, it sings. It goes and you're like, it's like num. Feed me, please.
Hey yo.
It has a heated seat. And it has a remote control.
Somebody definitely has sex with that toilet, but keep going.
It has a remote control. You can control the water temperature, the water pressure, and the direction of the nozzle.
Is this one of those Japanese toilets?
I don't think it's Japanese. My dad would never.
He fought in the war.
He would never. So it's really odd. It's like a whole experience. And the first time I used it, I just started laughing. I was like, because it's such an interesting, it has cycles where like it goes front to back, side to side, like very concentrated and tight, right on the chocolate starfish.
Toy.
It's really, really superior. But I'm not going to buy like a $2,000 toilet.
Yeah.
For a rental. I'm in an apartment.
Yeah.
But when I buy a house, and I will, because we live in Trump's economy now. I can barely say it.
We should also note that this is well before the election. We're like 55 days out.
Because we live in Kamala Harris's America, I will have a bidet. See, I flip-flopped.
There you go. We
cover both bases.
That's what we do.
Because we live in RFK's nation, I will afford a house one day. I will have a bidet in, if not the main toilet, every toilet if I can afford it. Because I think it's superior. Dude, it's an evolution in dump taking.
If it was up to RFK Jr., there would be a bidet in every bathroom school. And a worm in everyone's head.
Yes, that's my commander in chief.
Next question.
No, we didn't even answer. We'll answer quickly.
Oh, well,
how many rolls you keep on hand? I keep at least 6.
Well, because I'm living with my girlfriend's parents.
You probably go to Costco and get a big pack.
So I'm going to answer the question of how many in my actual hand. I'm going to say 4.
4 rolls
squares.
In like
4 squares.
Oh, I'm going 8 to 12.
If it's a thicken.
Yeah.
If it's a 1 ply, I don't even count. Yeah. I just do what feels right at that point.
Yeah, you have to use your instincts.
Whatever feels like my finger's not going to, finger my butthole.
Yeah.
Check my prostate.
Yeah.
Tickle my throat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I keep 6 on hand. I think that's good. I live alone.
Yeah. Yeah, you can have that. You can have that luxury.
You want to allow yourself to have a bad weekend? And not have to leave, you know?
You want to eat some greasy food.
Yes.
You have the toilet paper economy.
Yes.
All to you.
Yeah.
It's just you.
And you just want to be able to have enough on hand so it's not, you're never like, the worst feeling is having a gastral attack.
A gastral blitzkrieg.
A gastral blitzkrieg that also could be a title.
A Schitzkrieg.
Yeah, a Schitt's Creek. Not the title. You're like, Ron, you realize you're like on your last roll and you're like, you got to start doing math. You're like, how long is this going to last? Do I need to leave to get more? So I always just keep 6.
It's like when you're playing like chess and with the toilet paper and you're thinking moves ahead and then you see the checkmate.
Yep.
Which is you're going to have to get up and put on a new roll while there's still shit on your butthole.
Yeah.
And that's the worst kind of defeat you can feel.
Yeah. And you know what, Ben?
What's up?
First of all, it's nice to see you. I haven't seen you in 7 days.
I haven't seen you in like 83 hours.
Yeah.
Plus
whatever
hours.
the extra is.
Yeah.
But you know what?
hours.
I'm sick of being a nice guy.
Dude, be a fucking dick.
And so this episode is called No More Mr. Nice Guy.
Oh my God. He's trying to get me hard.
I'm evolving. And so I'm wearing my cutoff MeUndies sweatpants with pandas on them, a stained t-shirt, and glasses. Because I don't care anymore about other people's feelings. It's time to put me at the top.
And a fucking beanie.
That's right. Wisconsin Badgers.
What up, bitches? We're bad like Badgers.
No more laughter.
We put the bad in Badgers.
Let's rip a fucking question.
Question ripped. Why are guys so oblivious? I don't know.
I don't know, bitch. Sorry. Hey, you got to make it obvious. We're dumb.
Make it, yeah. If you already know we're oblivious,
why don't you make it a little more obvious?
Yeah, well, quit playing these fucking. Just whip your tits out.
Also,
just whip them out and slap us in the face with them because we still won't even know.
And how are we supposed to know that you're interested in us? And there's all this content online about how guys are creepy, guys are weird, blah, 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 blah. You know, I can't even leave my house. Okay, so what do you expect us to do when we're attracted to you and let's say we want to say hi, get your name, maybe like take you out for a coffee sometime. But we don't want to be the person who ends up on a weird secret Facebook group about creeps, how you can't even go grocery shopping anymore. I can't even go to Aldi. That's not fair to us either. And it doesn't even fix the problem because the creepos will always be creepos. It doesn't matter. They don't heed the warnings of the female race. So this question pisses me off.
Yeah.
Because I see many an attractive woman that I would like to respectfully ask out on a date. But I don't want to be a creepazoid.
There are so many women that Matt wants to respectfully disrespect in the bed. But
bite your teeth.
He wants to bite your teeth.
I want to suck your toes.
Suck your toes in the same motion. But he doesn't know what to do because there's too much tension about what could go wrong. And
I don't want that to happen.
He'd take the blame.
And I think even being worried you're going to be a creep probably means you're not. But I also have some religious shame deep inside of me.
Sure.
Yeah. Whenever I used to come, I would say I'm sorry right afterwards.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, and it would just I wouldn't even know I'm saying. I'm just like, I'm sorry. And my partner was like, that makes me feel weird. But I also have like sexual shame hard coded into me because of the way I grew up. And so those two things together, this guy's jerking off for life.
Okay.
This guy.
Let's role play. I'm your partner. You're you. You just finished coming. Go.
I'm sorry.
Gesundheit. That's how you handle it. A man on our first date stopped me 5 minutes into me talking and said he didn't hear anything I just said. Is this acceptable behavior?
Now, I'd like to discuss this because that man was me. And I know who put that in there.
Okay.
So let me explain the situation.
Which also, actually, now that you said it's you, man, oh man, does that make sense? The amount of times we've had conversations where I just see your dead little eyes looking off, not anywhere near the location that we are currently at, only for you to go, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What did you say? Isn't innumerable.
Isn't that better, though? It shows that I care.
I will say...
Yes, we wish I could pay attention all the time.
Yes.
That's not who I am.
That is also true.
So here we were at a Mexican restaurant and there was a loud TV behind her and I got distracted and then I switched my attention back, but my brain was still going even though my eyes were on her. So I said, I'm sorry, I got distracted and I missed everything you said. Can you please repeat that? I think that that's a good thing to do.
Yeah, no, that is good. I mean, 5 minutes though, that is a lengthy amount of chat. Also,
I did not miss 5 minutes.
I was going to say.
We were 5 minutes into a conversation and she was making a point. And then I was like, I'm sorry, I missed that. I got distracted. Can you repeat what you said? I think that that's better than doing the old, yeah, that's lying and disingenuous.
Not necessarily. That's something I would do, but that's only because I am too afraid to be judged for not paying attention. But I do try and be like, I'm sorry, can you say that one more time? I have been better about that lately.
I think that's the right thing to do. What was the actual question, or was she just roasting me?
No, we were on point.
Oh, is this acceptable behavior? I think it is acceptable. Also, we haven't been on a date since, so we sussed it out. Maybe it's just a thing that's not going to work out, and that's okay. That's why you go on dates.
Maybe she was actually really boring and you dodged a bullet. Fight me. I don't care.
I don't think she's boring. I just think maybe we're just a bit incompatible. Because I'm going to get distracted.
That is true.
This was okay. If we were together for 45 years, that would have been the first of millions of times. So I think it's good to get those things out in the open.
That is true. Maybe she just wasn't prepared. Maybe she didn't realize that, you know?
There's a lot going on in here at all times. And I feel like any partner that I not get like it's going to be given to me for a pig or something like that. But like any partner I end up with is going to have to understand that on a deep level. Also, I leave cupboards open. That was a point of contention before in a relationship.
I could feel that. And you know what? I get it.
Because although you see me going in the cupboard, my brain is on Mars. I'm just looking for something.
And he left that cupboard open.
Some say it's still open.
It's still open.
I love gold.
I love gold.
I didn't think when I started my day, I didn't think I'd have a gold member impression in my future.
I mean, when you're hanging with me, it's your the percentile of you saying it, like the percentage, the chance. That's the word I'm trying to use because my brain is shit today.
Yeah, me too.
The chances of you saying either a gold member or just an Austin Powers reference in general goes up.
Yeah. I'm fat bastard. I'm gonna eat your baby.
Not a good impression at all. At all.
Yeah.
But
okay, can you do your best Austin Powers impression?
Yeah, baby.
That's not bad. Here's mine. Do I make you horny, baby?
Do I make you Randy?
Do I make you Randy?
There we go. That's a good one. Now, what are we doing here?
We're answering your questions submitted at jarpain.com. I think I've said that three times now.
I might have said that 3 times.
Yeah, that's the third time. But we're getting to a question. These are your questions. Your burning questions about life. Don't let us down. I bet this one's going to be good.
Can someone blind from birth see in their dreams? And
no.
And then what they did was they drew a couple of little eyeballs and then they put Walt right next to it. Look at that. Look at that little art at the side.
What?
What?
Do I make you horny?
You what, mate? Oi, can someone blind from birth see in their dreams? What? You what?
Wait, what?
You bloody what? You see in your dreams when you're blind? That's
$1 million. This one is already off the rails.
Also, I don't think so
because all you're doing when you're dreaming is it's your brain filing away your memories into long-term storage or short-term storage. So it's just going over your day and like figuring out where do things go? Are they related to each other? And so you're kind of seeing an amalgamation of all your day in a super weird way. But if your brain does not perceive reality with vision, it perceives it other places, you probably dream sounds and tastes, things like that.
Dude, they have this. I would love for a blind person to create a kaleidoscope That's all they see, man.
Like a sound kaleidoscope?
No, just
they
like
don't see a kaleidoscope. They
have
see
to
darkness.
No, they have to see the spots that we see.
Why?
You ever close your eyes and you see all like the little...
They don't have... Well, depending on the type of blindness, they don't have the occipital lobe of the brain is not functioning correctly. They see blackness. Now, some people are blind because of injury or cataracts or something wrong with the eye or like their retina. And so they see light, but they don't necessarily see... They can like see colors. Then they would see that. But I'm thinking blind, Helen Keller, water blind.
Water blind?
Yeah, you ever watch that movie, Helen Keller? So Helen Keller is a pretty incredible person, and she learned to talk even though she was deaf and blind. And the first word she learned was water. And so she was with her caretaker or like her teacher. There's a movie about it on Disney Channel. It definitely happened. She
probably sounded like a British person saying.
And so she was pumping the water, and Helen Keller was feeling it, and she goes, "Whoa, whoa, do I make you horny, baby?"
Please explain baseball's infield fly rule. Here's the thing: is that
were you in Little League?
No,
I was.
Okay, do you know it?
Well, if you catch a fly ball, they're out. That's about the extent of my knowledge.
So what if the ball is like? So like, what's a fly ball though? Is it like a pop fly?
If you catch the ball before it hits the ground,
yeah,
they're out.
Right.
So if it's like a line drive,
yeah,
it's actually one of my few, I can count them on two fingers, athletic achievements.
Sure.
I was in Little League. It was a line drive to shortstop. I got scared and I just put my glove in front of my face, caught the ball, and broke my finger doing it. This finger's still a little twisted. You can see.
Damn, son. Yeah.
It's a little crooked because it like the ball like came in and like, and you can't really fix a broken finger. They just put a piece of wood on it. They like put it in a splint. Yeah. And they're like, well, it'll feel better, but it'll always be a little wonky. Baseball injury.
Does it improve your masturbation game?
I'm a lefty. What was your finest athletic achievement?
Finest athletic achievement? Hockey. And I was goalie. It was the first game I outplayed the starter and earned the starting for the next game.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How old were you?
Teens, probably 16.
That's a big moment for Ben.
Yeah, it was 16, 17. Yeah, we were just doing like these drills where we move the nets onto one side of the ice. So it's like super close. It's really just focus about setting up passes for the skaters.
They're trying to concentrate.
And as a goalie, like people don't really probably understand this. Yeah, I was goalie. And so if you're a viewer of hockey and you look at the ice, you have like the red lines in the middle. And then by the goalie's nets, there's like those little arcs around the front of the net.
Yeah.
That's for a goalie to follow for angles.
Yeah.
So that's where they position themselves and they know where to position themselves so that way they're fully in front of the net no matter where they go.
Oh, but so they know the net's behind them if they're within those lines?
Correct.
Got it.
And so, I mean, once you get to a level, it's muscle memory. You don't even need those lines. It's a gauge. But when you move the nets to the same side of the rink, you basically you don't have those lines anymore. So you're just like focusing, looking around, and I made crazy saves. I was on my game, and yeah.
You were in freak mode.
I was in freak mode.
I didn't even know you played hockey in high school.
Yeah, and then I did a little more after.
My top one, we used to do these 3-on-3 basketball tournaments in my friend's yard with an 8-foot hoop.
Yeah.
And I was always like picked last.
Yeah.
Classic. Whatever.
Yeah.
And
they don't know potential.
They can't see potential through my size.
Yeah.
So I was put on a very it was the 3 people that were left, very ragtag, a double bracket. There's something like 10 teams, double elimination bracket. We made it through the first 2 games. Like we upset people, you know? And in the third game, we were down by 1 point. And our last chance before the timer, which was just a cell phone.
Yeah.
My friend passed it to me. I fade away 3-point shot for the win, and everyone freaked out.
Let's go.
And it's on film. Nice. Roll the clip.
See, that's funny. Basketball is actually my least favorite sport to be athletic in because I'm the worst at it. In fact,
I didn't like it either, really.
My like if those two, the soccer and hockey, are my crowning achievement. My fucking yokel peasant achievement, the lowest of lows of athletic achievements was in my freshman year or sophomore year of basketball. I only did it for my freshman and sophomore year. I was an Osseo Fairchild, and I was a bench. I was not a starter in basketball. I get a 3-point shot opportunity.
Whiffed.
Airball.
Oh.
Airball.
Yeah. One time in flag football, I was chasing this kid down, and I'm not the best at chasing. I'm slow.
Yeah.
And I fell while chasing him, and I was so ashamed. He scored a touchdown. I was so ashamed I acted hurt. I was like 9 years old. That's a confession. I was like, well, if I'm hurt, they can't be mad at me. That was my kid logic.
That's brilliant.
I pretended I broke my arm. I didn't even fall on my arm. I was just like, oh. And they're like, that's hurt. That's hurt.